I'm done. Matthew.
Thanks, Stephane. I have a variety of questions, but I wanted to ask first about yesterday's event that you alluded to on your way in. I wanted to ask a couple of things. One is on I've often been told or have heard that Security Council stakeout position is reserved for member states, i.e. the Frente Polisario, which is part of a UN facilitator talks, has been denied the right to speak there. So I wanted to know on what basis Hillarly Clinton spoke there yesterday. I wanted to know, I noticed that the flags moved, but the Security Council fabric stayed. Why that was, what the distinction was. And finally, it's been argued that it is a tradition at the UN Security Council stakeout to have the UN Correspondents Association be given the first question. And given especially your role previously with DPI, I'd like you to state whether you believe that is a tradition, given that it does not happen other than yesterday.
Okay. As to your last question, it is tradition in this briefing room that the first question go to UNCA. At the stakeout, it is up to the briefers. The choice of the first question was made by the spokesperson for Mrs. Clinton, who handled the press conference. Who gets to speak at the stakeout? It's an issue that the Security Council members themselves, that authority lies with Security Council members themselves. Broadly speaking, as long as an individual is sponsored by a member of the Security Council, the UN, the Secretariat, DPI, and others will do what we can to facilitate it, to ensure that it goes on, it happens, and it takes place. I think in this particular context, the request was facilitated and cleared by the U.S. mission to the United Nations. I know they also consulted the presidency of the Security Council, but obviously the initial choice of that location was made to the U.S. mission by Mrs. Clinton. I think we also have to look at the need to do this stakeout yesterday in a safe environment. I think we had about 200 journalists. So I think in terms of location, there's really no other. As much as I would have liked, as much as I would like to have 200 people in my briefings, I don't think we fit that in this room.
One about the flag and the fabric distinction, and also I just want to just be clear. From now on, it cannot be said that the Security Council stakeout is for member states or representatives of member states, not people that are not elected, not in office.
No, that's not what I said.
Okay.
I think we've had, you've had all sorts of people speak at the Security Council stakeout. I think the important thing is that whatever individual speaks is sponsored by a member of the Security Council, and obviously it's up to the Security Council members and the presidency to decide on these things. It's not up to the Secretariat to do that. In this case, the request was, as I said, facilitated and cleared by the U.S. mission, and also they had discussions with the presidency of the council.
Did they circulate that to other members?
I
only say that because
I understand your question, but that's not for me to speak.
And just the last thing, the flags and the fabric. I'm sorry, it may seem
I think the
strange to you,
the fabric is unmovable. It's tied to the wall.